Hey there, everybody. This is Jason the Cartoon Fan. On June 2nd of 2020, I made a video in which I unboxed two DVDs with a similar theme together in one video. More specifically, two DVD releases of modern cartoons, one for The Loud House and one for Infinity Train. That video received such a strong positive reception that I decided to make my two unboxings in one idea a regular video series. So, here is the second installment, where I'm going to be unboxing two DVDs that were released by Universal. I purchased both of these titles at Rite Aid on Wednesday, July 29th, and I will always remember that day because sadly, that was the day when my grandma Stella passed away. If you're watching this video up in heaven, Grandma, I just want to say, rest in peace. You deserve that. But anyways, I got both of these at Rite Aid of all places. You see, my local Rite Aid, located in my current city I'm living in, Tracy, California, has a lot of really old stuff that they probably had in stock forever and nobody just purchased them. For example, they have PlayStation 2 and Game Boy Advance games in their electronics aisle. But unfortunately, none of those games looked any good, so I didn't buy any of them. But more surprisingly, they have a lot of old DVD releases. They have a lot of current ones, but there's also a lot of really old ones that appear to be in their original shrink wrap. And I guess nobody purchased them because, maybe they didn't expect that stuff to be at their local Rite Aid, so they didn't even bother looking in the electronics aisle. There's a lot of really old 20th Century Fox and Paramount DVDs and Blu-rays that my local Rite Aid sells, including a bunch of Nickelodeon titles, though most of them are Nick Jr. ones, so I don't really care about those. Though there are a couple of Nicktoon ones. I went to Rite Aid last month, and I purchased myself a copy of the Jimmy Neutron Attack of the Twonkies DVD. I wanted to do an unboxing of it, but I was so anxious to watch the DVD that I just decided to take the shrink wrap off the case. And yes, there was a security tape on there. And fun fact, I actually took the DVD out of Rite Aid after I purchased it, and I still heard the beeper that plays when someone attempts to shoplift stuff play, even though I actually purchased it, probably because of the security tape. So yeah, interesting story. So if you live or are visiting Tracy, I definitely recommend checking that Rite Aid out. There's some pretty weird stuff in there. So anyways, that's where I found these two DVD releases at. They were originally shrink wrapped together, like it was shrink wrapped like this, and I got them together for $7, but you can see that they're also individually shrink wrapped, so it's double shrink wrapping. This is actually not the first time I've ever seen two DVD releases packaged together like this. When I purchased the Rugrats Decade in Diapers and Mysteries DVDs, those compilation discs for Rugrats that were put out by Paramount back in the early 2000s, some of the earliest Nicktoon DVDs to ever come out, I purchased them together from Walmart's website, and they were shrink wrapped together in pretty much the same kind of shrink wrap, where the two cases were shrink wrapped together side by side like this, and there was a special Nickelodeon-themed sticker on there that said 2 great DVDs in one package. Even though it wasn't really one package, it was just the separate cases shrink wrapped together. I would have unboxed that, but I purchased those DVDs before I started making videos on YouTube in September of 2015, so I wasn't able to, unfortunately. But anyways, let's take a look at both of these DVDs. First, let's take a look at the DVD for the collection that I primarily got the bundle pack for. I mean, I definitely wanted to own both of these, but I got this bundle primarily for the Woody Woodpecker DVD. Yep, that's right. We're going to be taking a look at the Walter Lantz Archive, Woody Woodpecker Favorites. While not as recognizable as Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Simpsons, Scooby-Doo, and all the other major cartoon icons, Woody Woodpecker is still probably one of the most recognizable cartoon characters out there, since he's essentially Universal's mascot. Fun fact, the legendary Mel Blanc was the original voice of Woody Woodpecker. He was replaced by a couple of other actors before Grace Lantz, the wife of Woody's creator, Walter Lantz, decided to fill in for the role. She snuck a tape recording into the rehearsal section, and Walter Lantz heard it and liked it so much that he asked who sent it to him. And by his surprise, it was his wife. Pretty cool story in my opinion. So, this is a collection featuring 20 cartoons, 50 of which... not 50, 15. Sorry, slip of the tongue there. 15 of which were shorts featuring Woody, and the other 5 are ones featuring some of Walter Lantz's other creations. You can see that it says over here that they're digitally remastered, so that's cool. I got this bundle pack, like I mentioned earlier, primarily for the Woody Woodpecker DVD, because I wanted to have some of his classic shorts on DVD, but they're not easy to find. A lot of them will cost you between $50 and $70 on Amazon, if not even more than that, since a lot of them are out of print. I'm not sure if this DVD is out of print, and Rite Aid just happened to have it just because they never ever sold it, even though they had it in stock for such a long time. But I'm definitely happy to find this one. It's a single disc release, and it doesn't look like there are any major special features, unless you count 2 bonus episodes from Woody Woodpecker's primetime animated series to be bonus features, like the package would like you to believe, but I honestly don't consider them extras. But you know, it's nice to have because, unfortunately, most of Woody Woodpecker's classic shorts have not been re-released on physical media. Heck, they're not even on Peacock, Universal's streaming service. The newer Woody Woodpecker TV series that aired on Fox Kids from 1998 until the block's final broadcast in 2002 is on the service, even though all of its episodes are already on a dedicated YouTube channel for Woody, but not the original Woody Woodpecker shorts that made him super popular in the first place. I don't know, it just feels pretty ridiculous to me. But enough of my rambling, let's actually take a look at the package for this DVD. Like I hinted at earlier, at the top it says the Walter Lantz Archive. We see the Woody Woodpecker logo, what appears to be a stock image of Woody looking super happy, like he's proud to present these cartoons to you. And right over there it says that it has 20 cartoons and that they're all digitally remastered. And then right below that it says Favorites. So the title of this DVD is Woody Woodpecker Favorites. Here's the spine. It has a character profile of Woody, which looks a little bit different from the one that's on the front cover. The Universal logo, the older one that was used in the late 90s all the way until 2012. Woody Woodpecker Favorites, the stock number, and a DVD icon. Here is the back. The description reads, guess who? It's Woody Woodpecker, everyone's favorite red-headed bird, in 15 of his wackiest and funniest cartoons. This high-flying mischief maker is sure to delight audiences of all ages with his crazy adventures and unforgettable laughter. Enjoy even more animated fun with 5 bonus cartoons featuring Woody's pals, including Chilly Willy and Andy Panda, as well as 2 bonus episodes of The Woody Woodpecker Show. Providing hours of entertainment, Woody Woodpecker favorites can be enjoyed by the whole family again and again. Right below the description is a listing of all the cartoons that are included on here, which, like I mentioned earlier, and like the description mentioned, 15 of which are shorts featuring Woody, and 5 of them are ones featuring Woody's friends, though they don't mention which character is the main character in each one of these shorts. That's a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. And right below that is a listing for special features. This is the 2 episodes of The Woody Woodpecker Show that are included on here. Right below that are a couple of thumbnails, 2 of which seem to be from Woody's actual shorts, and one of them looks more like a stock image. And then right below that, there's a little information section that says that these 20 cartoons are also included in a collection known as the Woody Woodpecker and Friends Classic Cartoon Collection, which I assume is essentially Woody's equivalent to the Walt Disney Treasures and Looney Tunes Golden Collection sets, though I don't know for sure. That would definitely be worth picking up, but like I mentioned, I can't really find any of Woody's DVD releases secondhand for a good price. Then right over there is a shameless plug for the characters' official website. And then right below that is the Universal logo and some legal information. And you can pause here if you want to read all the information listed here. The shorts are in mono sound, of course, since these shorts were made before stereo was common, and there are English, Spanish, and French subtitles, and thankfully, all the shorts are included here in their original 1.33:1 4:3 aspect ratio. But just like I said earlier, there doesn't appear to be any real extras, like behind the scenes, commentaries, or whatnot. So I'm assuming you have to buy this Woody Woodpecker and Friends collection to get true extras. Alright, now let's open this baby up and see what we got inside the case. Alright, so here is the actual case. There is no insert, and the disc artwork is a little bit generic looking. But it's the shorts included on here that count. And as long as those are in a good quality, as opposed to the pretty crappy quality you can get on those public domain DVDs featuring old shorts, I'm honestly good. Alright, now let's take a look at the other DVD that was included in the bundle. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, the 2000 live-action CGI hybrid movie featuring the titular moose and squirrel. I don't know if I mentioned this at all in any of my previous videos from any of my channels, but I freaking love Rocky and Bullwinkle. I grew up with them by watching the original show on VHS, specifically the VHS releases that were put out in the mid-90s by Disney, back when they had the home video rights to the show. Which is ironic, since Rocky and Bullwinkle are now owned by rival studios Universal and DreamWorks. This movie was actually produced before Universal purchased Rocky and Bullwinkle, though. Even though it has a 58% on Rotten Tomatoes, most people, including yours truly, consider this to be the best live-action CGI hybrid movie that's based on a cartoon. Because it feels like an episode of the show, just extended to movie length and in the live-action world. With Rocky and Bullwinkle, of course, being CGI, while Boris, Natasha, and Fearless Leader are played by live-action actors and actresses, of course. So, this particular copy of the DVD presents the movie in widescreen, so I assume that a separate DVD featuring the movie in pan and scan, but otherwise has the same content, was also released. So, yeah. On the top, it has Rocky and Bullwinkle in their CGI forms, and it says De Niro, Russo, and Alexander, of course, referencing the actors and actress that played Fearless Leader, Boris, and Natasha, respectively, with some dynamite and gunpowder in the background. And right below that is a quote that says, "Witty, funny, clever, and hip," from CBS, who apparently reviewed that. And I honestly agree with them. This movie does a really good job capturing the original flavor of the Rocky and Bullwinkle TV series from the late 50s and early 60s, while at the same time updating the formula with late 90s, early 2000s sensibilities. And I really wish that Universal, since now they fully own Rocky and Bullwinkle, can do some more new stuff with the characters. Sure, there is that new TV series from 2018 that's on Amazon Prime, which I saw a few episodes of and I thought was pretty good. But they haven't really done anything big with the characters since this movie, which is unfortunate. On the bottom left, we see a generic DVD icon, and on the bottom right, we see the Universal logo. In the old days of DVD releases, it was common to see a company's logo appear on the front cover in addition to the spine, so I guess that's just how it is. So here's the spine. It says widescreen. Hold on, let me get the camera to focus. It says widescreen. We see a character profile of Fearless Leader, who in this movie is played here by the great Robert De Niro. And right below that, we see the old Universal logo, the one that was used before the one we have now, the logo for the movie, the stock number, and a generic DVD icon, similar to the one that's on the front, except that it's black now instead of white. And here is the back. It has a couple of thumbnails, a quote from Roger Ebert, who of course gives this movie thumbs up, since, you know, that was his and Siskel's thing before they both sadly passed away. And right below that is the description for the movie. And it reads, "Everyone's favorite moose and squirrel, Rocky and Bullwinkle, are back in an all-new live-action adventure. Notice how it doesn't say that it's their first live-action adventure. And the reason why is because before this movie came out, specifically in 1992, there was actually a made-for-TV movie called Boris and Natasha, focusing on the two main bad guys of the show. Surprisingly, Rocky and Bullwinkle are in the movie, but they're humans rather than CGI animated, with the movie explaining it off by saying that it was a result of some weird genetic experiment. But anyways, back to the description. Those rootless spies, Boris, played by Jason Alexander, and Natasha, played by Rene Russo, have wrangled their way into the real world, while their fearless leader, two-time Oscar winner Robert De Niro, is plotting to take over America by brainwashing them with the TV channel called RBTV, or Really Bad Television, which, spoiler warning, is later changed to Rocky and Bullwinkle Television, once Rocky and Bullwinkle save the day, with Bullwinkle saying, "What's the difference?" See, I told you that Rocky and Bullwinkle's movie did a pretty good job capturing the flavor of the original show. Only Rocky and Bullwinkle can save us, but first it's up to Moose and Squirrel to foil Fearless Leader's scheme to destroy the world. This fun-filled, pun-filled comic adventure picks up where the much-beloved series left off, spoofing television, politics, higher education, the internet, and especially themselves. They prove once again that laughter is ageless, timeless, and, in Rocky's case, weightless. Then over here is a little listing of the special features, including a thumbnail of the special features menu, which is kind of cool. And you can pause here if you want to read all the special features that are listed here. There seems to be one featurette about the making of the movie, and the rest of it is just some random miscellaneous stuff that was common on Universal DVDs at the time, like the film's theatrical trailer, production notes, some pages of notes about the cast and filmmakers, and a DVD-ROM extra. And then right below that is a listing summarizing the film's credits and some legal information alongside the Universal logo. And you can pause here if you want to read all the information that's listed here. Alright, now let's open this up and see what we got inside. No insert, but thankfully the disc does have full color artwork, as opposed to the more generic looking red label that was on the Woody Woodpecker disc, so that's nice. Alright, so that's my unboxing of these two DVDs from Universal featuring some of the classic cartoon characters that they own. I definitely want to get the complete series set for the original Rocky and Bullwinkle TV series, but I'm not in a rush to buy it, since the Universal has an official YouTube channel for Rocky and Bullwinkle that regularly posts full episodes of the show, so I can just watch the show over there. It's stretched to widescreen, and most of the uploads have been affected by COPPA, but I don't mind that too much since, at least it's better than being cropped to widescreen. Because at least you get the full animation, albeit stretched, to fill up a 16:9 TV, rather than cropping it and having that detail from the top and bottom being lost. Even though Rocky and Bullwinkle is not sophisticated when it comes to detailed animation, to say the least. Anyways, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a like. More specifically, a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to get notified about each of my exciting upcoming new videos. Alright, until next time, this is Jason the Cartoon Fan signing off.